Hey everybody, welcome to the AI Guide on YouTube, where we focus on the human impact of AI. So very interesting story today that broke just 2 days ago. Hat tip to NPR. And this is a big change in monitoring by companies that make AI and how it's used. Online influence operations in Russia, China, Iran, and Israel are using AI in their efforts to manipulate the public, according to a new report from OpenAI. Bad actors have used OpenAI's tools, which include ChatGPT, to generate social media comments in multiple languages, make up names and bios for fake accounts, create cartoons, and other images, and debug code. OpenAI's report is the first of its kind from the company, which has swiftly become one of the leading players in AI, with GPT-5 released any time now. ChatGPT has gained more than 100 million users since its public launch in November 2022. That's stunning in less than 2 years. But even though AI tools have helped the people behind influence operations produce more content, make fewer errors, and create the appearance of engagement with their posts, OpenAI says the operations it found didn't gain significant traction with real people or reach large audiences. In some cases, the little authentic engagement their posts got was from users calling them out as fake. So people are still smarter than AI, is what this tells us. That echoes Facebook's owner Meta's quarterly threat report published on Wednesday, 2 days before. Meta's report said several of the covert operations it recently took down use AI to generate images, video, and text, but that the use of the cutting-edge technology hasn't affected Meta's ability to disrupt efforts to manipulate people. In particular, the potential for AI fakes to disrupt elections is fueling fears as billions of people around the world head to the polls this year, including the US, India, and the European Union. In the past 3 months, OpenAI banned accounts linked to 5 covert influence operations. That includes 2 operations well known to social media companies and researchers: Russia's Doppelganger and a sprawling Chinese network dubbed Spamouflage. Doppelganger, which has been linked to the Kremlin by the U.S. Treasury Department, is known for spoofing legitimate news websites to undermine support for Ukraine. Spamouflage operates across a wide range of social media platforms and internet forums, pushing pro-China messages and attacking critics of Beijing. Last year, Facebook owner Meta said Spamouflage is the largest covert influence operation it's ever disrupted and linked it to Chinese law enforcement. So this is the world we're living in today, folks. Big state actors trying to manipulate what people think. This is the exact scenario described in George Orwell's 1984. At least these companies are fighting it. The Spamouflage accounts used AI to debug code for a website targeting Chinese dissidents. Another campaign that both OpenAI and Meta said they disrupted in recent months traced back to a political marketing firm in Tel Aviv called Stoic. The posts were aimed at audiences in the US, Canada, and Israel. Meta banned Stoic from its platforms and sent the company a cease and desist letter, which is a legal letter to stop what you're doing. OpenAI said the Israeli operation used AI to generate and edit articles and comments posted across Instagram, Facebook, and X. None of the operations OpenAI disrupted only used AI-generated content. They used a mix of human and AI-generated content, because AI-generated content is not as good as human-generated content yet. He said that while AI does offer threat actors some benefits, including boosting the volume of what they can produce and improving translations across different languages, it doesn't help them overcome the main challenge of distribution. So these outfits obviously can't use paid advertising to promote their garbage. History shows that influence operations which spent years failing to get anywhere can suddenly break out if nobody's looking out for them. So this is actually a big story, and what does it mean? It means a few things. One is these big AI companies are looking for especially state actors, but other actors trying to manipulate the public. Number two, it shows us that these AI tools, which can be used by anyone, right? It said OpenAI ChatGPT has over 100 million users. This content is still not as good as human content, but that won't last for long. And third, it's up to not only companies, but each of us to question everything we read on the internet, people. Do not just believe stuff that you read on the internet. The organizations discussed in this article are by far not the only ones trying to manipulate people online. For those of you here in the US, some of that is domestic. This is well documented, many stories on it. So you gotta question what you read. Don't believe what you read unless you take time to independently verify it, or it's truly one of the trusted, non-biased news sources, of which there's a couple. I'm not going to call them out here, but none of them are the major ones that you hear about all the time. So this is a big thing. So thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this episode, please like, subscribe, and share. Also, please support us on Patreon. We have to have your financial support here. Why? Because TED.AI is coming up later this year again. I can go to that and give you cutting edge, breaking news from the bleeding edge of AI with your support. There's other conferences now that are almost as important, where specific updates are rolled out to different audiences. Some of those I talked about in a video last week. The new expo in Vegas where all the autonomous trucks debut. So please support us. Thanks so much. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.